Joan McDonald from Canada turned 76 years old. Over the past 5 years, Joan has lost more than 30 kilograms, got rid of all diseases and refused medications that she took in huge quantities. Now she does strength training 5 times a week and has completely revised her diet. A woman's business card is a smile and a cheerful mood. However, even 5 years ago, the woman looked completely different. Joan McDonald has been overweight for decades. In her youth, she got married unsuccessfully and began to drown out problems in a simple way – to eat them. Her weight began to increase rapidly. At some point, the arrow on Joan's scalp approached 90 kilograms. For a short woman, the figure turned out to be very critical. In addition, the extra pounds began to affect the woman's health. The pensioner was worried about high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and acid reflux, a condition in which acid from the stomach enters the esophagus. The woman had to use a large number of medications. Then the woman's joints began to ache, and there were terrible swelling on her ankles. She even underwent knee replacement surgery, and after that, could hardly walk up the stairs on her own. All this led Joan to depression. At a critical moment in her life, Joan called her daughter Michelle and complained of a difficult old age. The daughter burst into tears when she found out about her mother's condition. My daughter then looked at me and said, "Mom, stop burying yourself. We have to pull ourselves together," recalls Joan. When Michelle gave me an ultimatum to do something with my life, I decided, now or never. I'm tired of being sick and tired. It was existence, not life, Joan McDonald recalled. Michelle invited her mother to join her online training system and work out together. It was in 2017. Due to the fact that Michelle was training using programs from the internet, Joan had to buy herself a smartphone. That's when the first difficulties appeared, because the pensioner didn't understand how to use it. In an interview with the British edition, she admitted that sometimes she wanted to give up sports endeavors. The next test was no less difficult. Joan started doing fitness at the age of 70, while having illnesses and taking a lot of medications. The woman recalls, "Sometimes tears came to me and I was ready to give up everything, but fortunately, I'm too stubborn." After 9 months of her new life, she discovered that she did not need medications, without which she could not imagine her life before. In 2020, Joan moved from her native Ontario to her daughter in Mexico. She and her husband worked as an instructor in a fitness club and gave her mother a gym membership. Joan started going to the gym 4 times a week and doing exercises with her own weight for beginners. In addition, she devoted time to cardio exercises every day. Joan's training program changed weekly. With the help of her daughter Michelle and smartphone apps, Joan mastered the principles of proper nutrition. She used to abuse sweets after every meal, but now she has focused on proteins and healthy saturated fats. Moreover, the woman did not have to greatly reduce the amount of daily calories consumed, because energy is needed for the structure of muscles. It turned out that the slimmer Joan became, the more she had to eat. Another woman started taking vitamins and supplements necessary for her body. By the way, there is a misconception that muscles in people over 65 are not capable of growth. This is not so. Even at this age, the fibers react to the effort. The most important thing is to practice carefully, gradually increasing the load. Friends, what do you think about this? Write your opinion in the comments. Thanks to a conscientious attitude to training and a new diet, Joan managed to lose more than 30 kilograms and gain good muscle mass. Now the woman does not need medications because she is healthy. And if earlier Joan herself had to learn everything from scratch, now she shares motivation tips with her Instagram followers. More than 1.5 million people follow her news on social network. Next, we will tell you what she advises people who also want to become healthier. Friends, in order to stay healthy, beautiful and active for a long time, it is necessary to take a comprehensive approach to this issue. You can learn all the useful information about health and longevity from the videos on our channel. So we recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so as not to miss new useful releases. Let's go further. Tips from Joan McDonald. First, clearly identify the things that you want to change in your life and in yourself, and write them down in the list. Include in it the new daily habits that you want to acquire and focus on them. Too often, We give up on our big goals because we immediately imagine the whole difficult and long way that we have to go. We forget that big goals are achieved by overcoming daily small habits and actions, just like climbing a mountain, taking thousands and thousands of tiny steps in the right direction. Just like a great lifestyle transformation is achieved with the help of countless mini habits that lead you to ultimate goal. Second, make a clear training plan. Even 3 times a week for 30 minutes can work wonders to restore your reflexes, overall strength and tone. If you can do 5 times a week like me, even better. At the same time, forget about grand mass exercise for all people. You only need to do real exercises with dumbbells, barbells and simulators. Exercise with weights is one of the best antidotes to muscle loss and poor posture, which we usually see with age. For example, Joan does push-ups from the floor 15 times, with full amplitude and straight legs, does deadlift with a weight of 30–40 kilograms with perfect technique, and also does a leg press of 80 kilograms. The most amazing result of a Joan is pulling up for 6 repetitions on a regular horizontal bar, without the support of a partner and without a rubber band. That is, full-fledged pull-ups. The third, drink plenty of water and eat protein with every meal. The diet should consist of 5 meals, which are distributed throughout the day with the obligatory inclusion of protein. Eat at least 1 gram of protein for every kilogram of your weight. The older we get, the worse protein is absorbed, so eat more of it, not less. And you need to drink at least 3 liters of water a day. Fourth, follow a diet rich in quality foods. Eat vegetables of all colors of the rainbow. These colors represent different phytonutrients. And also eat more healthy fats, such as cheese, nuts and avocados, and high-quality starches, such as batata and oat flakes. Fifth, tell your loved ones about your goal. When my husband found out about the start of training, he immediately gave me an exercise bike and started eating the right food with me. The support was very much needed, says Joan. Friends, before we continue, we ask you to like and leave a comment under the video. This will help promote it, which will become motivation for even more people. Let's go further. 6. Take care of your sleep. When you don't get 8 hours of quality sleep, it really negatively affects hormones, cognitive functions, and the body. 7th. Don't chase a quick result and don't get fooled by fancy diets. Change your attitude to progress and praise yourself even for small successes. And in the end, learn to truly love yourself. 8th. Live in a good mood. Pay attention to the psychological state. Focus on positive thinking. Only you can make yourself happy. A negative conversation with yourself is like driving a car with a handbrake on. The 9th. Keep learning. Constant learning contributes to the preservation of youth. Develop a growth mindset and strive for things that broaden your horizons and challenge your thinking. Don't let the cobwebs settle on your brains. When you keep learning, as it was with me, when I first started using a smartphone, I had to study applications, my mind became sharper and faster. It made me use my mind in a way I hadn't done in years. Use it or lose it. 10th. Document your progress. Take a picture of yourself on the day you start your journey and keep documenting your progress. You may not feel the changes right away, but you will see them after a while. By the way, we would like to recommend you to watch our other videos with amazing people who defied old age. You will find a link to this playlist by clicking on the hint in the upper right corner or in the first pinned comment under this video. Friends, what do you think about this woman? Feel free to leave your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful for you, then share the link with your friends and like it. This helps the distribution of the video.